What truly shapes our world? Is it great ideas, powerful leaders, or something more fundamental? The way we produce and distribute wealth. Meet Friedrich Engels, the collaborator of Karl Marx, and discover how he theorized that historical and social change is driven by material conditions and class struggle, not ideas or individuals. Hey there and welcome back to the Socratic Sense. And today we're diving into the world of historical materialism with none other than Friedrich Engels. So buckle up and get ready to challenge your assumptions about what really drives the course of history. Born in Germany in 1820, Engels was a philosopher, social scientist, journalist, and revolutionary who, alongside Karl Marx, is regarded as one of the most influential thinkers of the 19th century, though often overshadowed by his more famous collaborator. Engels made significant contributions to our understanding of history, society, and the human condition. Engels grew up in a wealthy industrialist family, which provided him with a first-hand perspective on the stark realities of working conditions during the Industrial Revolution. His father owned textile factories and mines, where he witnessed the exploitation and hardships faced by the working class. Despite his privileged upbringing, Engels became a fierce advocate for the rights and interests of the working class, dedicating his life to the socialist cause. Throughout his life, Engels maintained a close relationship with Karl Marx, whom he first met in Paris in 1844. Their lifelong collaboration resulted in some of the most groundbreaking work in the history of social thought, including co-authoring the Communist Manifesto, one of the most influential political texts of all time. Moreover, Engels provided crucial financial support to Marx, enabling him to focus on writing and research. After Marx's death in 1883, Engels played a vital role in systematizing and popularizing Marx's theory, making it more accessible to a wider audience. His book Anti-Düring is a clear and concise explanation of Marxist ideas, while his later work, Dialectics of Nature, delved into the application of dialectical materialism to the natural sciences. But enough about his biography. What did Engels actually teach? Let's explore his most famous idea, dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism was developed by Engels and his close friend Karl Marx. It served as the foundation for their critique of society, politics, and economics. But don't worry if you're not familiar with these big words. Basically, it is a way of looking at the world that has had a huge impact on how we understand history and society. At its core, dialectical materialism combines two key ideas. First, materialism, which argues that the physical world, including economic conditions and the means of production, is the most important thing. Everything else, like ideas and culture, are seen as less important because they grow out of these material conditions. Second, dialectics, which is a way of thinking about how things change over time. This idea was originally developed by the German philosopher Hegel, but Marx and Engels took it and turned it around to fit their ideas. They argued that change happens through a clash between different forces in society, like the struggle between the owners of the means of production and the workers. This clash creates new ideas and new ways of organizing society, until eventually a new, more advanced stage is reached. So how does this work in practice? Well, let's look at an example. In feudal society, the big landowners, or landlords, owned a land, and the peasants who worked the land for them were forced to give most of the profits to the landlords. This created a lot of tension, and eventually it became so bad that the peasants rebelled and overthrew the system. This then led to a new way of organizing society. In capitalism, the means of production are owned by a new group of people, the capitalists, and the workers are employed to run the businesses. This new arrangement creates its own set of problems, like the growing gap between the rich and the poor. Eventually, the contradictions and conflicts in this system will become so great that the workers will overthrow the capitalists and create a new society, communism. So as you can see, according to this way of thinking, history is not about great men or women or even ideas. It's about the material conditions and the class struggle that arises from them. Engels' work has had a profound influence on our understanding of society and the way we think about history. His ideas have been used to explain social change, economic determinism, and the role of class struggle in shaping our world. However, it's also important to consider some of the criticisms that have been raised against Engels' work. Some argue that his focus on economic determinism oversimplifies history by reducing everything to economics and ignoring other important factors like culture and politics. Others criticize his theory of historical materialism for implying a predetermined end to history, also known as Nevertheless, the relevance of Engels' work continues to be felt today, particularly in understanding the forces that drive social change and the ongoing struggle for economic and social justice. So what do you think? Do you agree with Engels that history is driven by material conditions and class struggle, or do you think there is more to the story? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Socratic Sense. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content and join the conversation by following us on social media. Until next time, stay curious and keep asking questions.